Hello, everyone. We're coming to you from Greece, as usual, because I'm still here and I haven't gone back. And then Susan is coming to you from Sedona. But I have to talk a little bit about what's happening to me and where I am. I'm in this incredible place, in a little bit in the south, more south in Greece, and it's an ancient place called Messenia, and we're doing a writing workshop calling Talking to Homer, which is about Odyssey, and it's connected to Achilles and to Andromeda and to all these incredible ancient stories that, of course, with Greek mythology, we have all that here. And plus, I'm part of this group that I'm also doing a meditation and taking people to the ancient Greek temples through meditation. So it's a very, very powerful place that I'm in today. And it took us a few minutes to connect to the internet because of the energy, I think. So I'm going to have Susan tell you what the energy of Sedona is, and then I'll come back to tell you what is going on, continuation, what's going on here in Greece. So Susan, I'm back, and I'm going to be in Sedona the 9th of October. I got the ticket.
Yay! Yay! Well, first up, I'm so envious as someone who grew up on Greek mythology and the Odyssey, and just I'm very envious. Wish I were there with you, and also because the energy has been so ramped up here again, it continues to be get rid of the old book. A lot of people, me included, have been trying to hold on to or grasp some of that old story because it's a comfort zone for us. And so to free fall into the new, not knowing what it's going to look like, can be very challenging. And I'm watching just about everybody I know go through this process right now. What is it that stays? What is it that goes? In my explosion of who I was, it is really now about, okay, what parts do I want to bring in? Who am I now? So that's kind of what's going on here. You're
Well,
shaking your head. That's going on over there too.
Well, what's happening is, this is a new step for me to actually be involved with such incredible people and be part of this team, because the lady that's doing Talking to Homer, she wrote, her name is Madeline, and she wrote a book that it was actually presented in Harvard. She's a Harvard, in Harvard University, and it's about circle, and it's kind of, she's American, correct? But it's so beautiful to have all these people all of a sudden be very interested in the Greek energy that I've been part of this for all my life. And I've been bringing groups here and I've been doing this thing, but this is a new thing for me to step with these incredible people and be part of this team. And I'm really, really enjoying being part of it. And you know um, just being in this writing retreat, and it is part of the new. And of course old stories come up because you're like, okay, let me go hide, let me just go be in my own safe space, because you have to be out there in a different level. And I can run to Sedona and hide, but I'm not allowed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not allowed. So I'm not allowed to get back to my old stories anymore. And I feel like I need to get snapped out of it as quick as I can so we can move forward.
Well, it is, I mean, it is the new what's going on, but it's also tapping into the ancient and our ancient stories and our ancient roots. And it is like, it's no longer the human, the personality that we thought it was. There's so much more. And in tapping into that ancient wisdom in the lands that still hold that ancient wisdom, that we become so much wiser and so much more knowing of actually who we are. So, yeah.
It's very important to know that ancient root of ours, because we all have it. It doesn't matter if we're Greeks, Americans, all people have it, and we do have this root. And I see this in the people that are part of this retreat. I really see them really taking chance. Like a lady came all the way from San Francisco, and for some reason she signed up for the retreat. This is the funny story. And she hadn't been able to be in touch with the person that's making the retreat to today. After she signed up, after she paid, But she took a chance and says, I'm going to go to Greece no matter what happens. The retreat is still on. It's on. And she drove all the way here from Athens, which is a 3-hour drive by herself, never been to Greece before. And that's where she was saying, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone, because we know in America it's easy to drive. We know how to get around, but in Greece it's a little bit difficult with the language. And she rented a car and she's made it here 3 hours later. And the organizer said, we've been trying to be in touch with you for 3 months now, and we never got any answers.
Wow.
So
Yeah. Now
it is.
that's the strong call of the ancients.
Yes.
And some of us cannot avoid that call.
I agree.
Obviously, it's like no matter what, I'm going because the urgency of this call is so primary. Yeah.
No, and I feel that I really truly feel, because you know how much involved I've been with the Greeks, the Greek, this time that I've been around with bringing people here and experience the energy and doing meditations and going from temple to temple. But I feel something is brewing here that is kind of like a Sedona energy. Like we talked last time, it's more concentrated in Sedona, but here in Greece it's everywhere. But it's brewing. It's really brewing, and it's brewing for me.
Yeah.
And I don't know where this is going to take me, but I'm stepping into this newness,
Yeah. Feels like for me, when you were talking about that, Sedona may be more concentrated, but there may be more ripples going on in Greece. Like it's like, when a volcano erupts, there are ripples of that touch and affect everything. So maybe it's the vibratory ripples of the energy that you're feeling, that's not concentrated, but it's covering a vast area.
Yeah, but also I feel that it's a bridge. It now is happening between Greece and Sedona. And, because I always felt Sedona had this specific area that I love very much, which is near Boynton Canyon. And I always felt it very ancient and very Atlantean, which of course is part of Greece, correct? And I always felt that since I moved there in 93. So now for some reason I'm connecting this too. And with you being part of it, because you're over there, so you're bringing that energy to Greece, and I'm bringing the energy to Greece to Sedona, and it's very powerful. It's very powerful. So how are you guys doing in Sedona? Are you holding it, holding the energy?
There has been a lot of talk about bridges lately.
Really?
Yeah, interesting. And the Rainbow Bridge in particular. In the Norse mythologies, there is a rainbow bridge that connects the middle world, the world that we live in, with where the gods and goddesses live. And it feels like now that is an open freeway. So people are traversing back and forth across the bridge more freely than they ever have before. So interesting that you would tap into the bridge, because there's been a lot of conversation around bridges, however they show up. Yeah.
It's very funny. I didn't even know that was being the talk. So for some reason, some way, it's like we're working up on this bridge. Yeah, to really connect all the ley lines, all the energies from the different areas, And in this retreat, there's people from England, there's people from the States. The lady is American that wrote the book. It's called The Circle. And, I got to remember her name. Just give me 1 second. Madeline Miller. That's the writer's name. And she's really amazing. She had a little talk, 5 minutes today, and she kind of explained, but it's all about the women in the whole ancient ways and what they did. And, Achilles also, which, the story of Achilles, that he couldn't, the reason it's because he has Achilles, in his feet, in his foot. Yeah, the Achilles heel, that's the only place he could have been killed. Right. So it's kind of funny that it's like there's part of us that still can be in danger, but not all the way if you kind of focus, because that's what Achilles did. He was like, forget it, no one can kill me. But there's a little bit of part there that he could get hurt and die. And he did not follow the signs.
Well, my understanding of Achilles is he was dipped in the river Styx, and he was held by that heel. And the river Styx is the river of forgetfulness.
Exactly.
So in us, there's that tiny spark that tiny bit that, we want to remember. We don't want to just fall into the density that, the 3D can be. It's like, yeah, that little piece. It's that our weakness, but yet our most potent place is like, oh, remember, remember,
And he
remember.
went back to his, he didn't want to remember. He didn't want to really connect to his remembrance. So that's
Mm,
why he died, because he's
yeah,
like, oh, no one can touch me, because no one was able to. But one
right,
person knew the story, knew his secret. So,
right.
we have to, and interesting, we had a little circle today. And the question is, each woman picked a little bit of a piece of paper, and we had to say who we were and read it and said, what is your secret? I picked
Wow,
that up, which is Achilles. The story of
wow,
Achilles. And I kind of said, my secret is that I like to be connected to universal truth. And I don't
mm,
talk about it all the time, and
yeah,
it's very powerful. Now it just dawned on me that we just talked about Achilles and his little spot. So it's good for us to look at what little spot inside of us is still wants to be part of the old, and it forgets our power. We forget who we
right,
are.
right. Right. And when I do readings for people, that's specifically what I'm looking for. I'm looking for their gifts. What gifts do you bring that only you have? And
Exactly.
sometimes it's such a piece of who we are that we can't even see it because we just assume everyone is like that. And so that's what I like to show people. It's like, no, 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 this is very special. This is very unique for you.
I
Just
agree.
like for Achilles, it was very unique for him to have that one little spot. So yeah, if you can tap into what is the gift that you bring that no one else can bring,
But also,
that's
if he didn't get so much into his ego, he would not have died.
yeah, yeah,
So it's great. The mythology is really true stories of our lives. So
yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna have more to report next week because I'm here for 6 days.
Yeah. Yay, yay. Oh, that's fascinating. Like I said, I'm just so envious that I'm not there with you because this would be something I would absolutely relish.
I
Yeah.
know, but I will tell you all about it next time, and then
Yeah.
me and you can take a trip to Greece.
Hey,
Yay!
looking forward to it. Yeah. Yeah. But for right now, I am, there's, I'm supposed to be posted in Sedona. And so I am.
I know.
So
So hopefully I'll be back by the 9th if everything goes well.
yeah, I look forward to you coming back. But in the meantime, I love how the energies are melding, weaving together.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah.
it's been an interesting trip for me and for us together of like doing these videos for our audience, together, and then doing a supper and connecting all this energy, because I think there's more powerful things to come. And whoa, I don't know if I can take any more energy.
That coming from Zeppi, who can take on a lot.
I know. Maybe I want to come to Sedona and rest, but that's not possible.
Good luck with that.
So, oh, there's fireworks there out there. Can you hear them?
I can. And on that note,
And on that note, we're gonna let you know that it's so incredible that me and Susan do this for you every weekend, every week. I'm sorry, and I can't even concentrate because the fireworks are strong.
mm,
But just to let you know, follow your feeling and find what is your Achilles. Wow.
mm,
And the reason you need to find that is so you don't get really fall back and go backwards. You need to move forward if you go over your Achilles and know exactly what is that supposed to bother you, but it doesn't bother you anymore. And I think
yeah,
going forward is the thing. So please subscribe, please like us, continue watching us. We love that. And me and Susan want to say goodbye, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much, everyone.
thank you.